We got here, there's a pipe there, there's a drain. Is that a culvert? Is that a culvert? What's that? Look, it's blocked up. And it's got a pipe there. Ooh, what we doing here? What we doing here? What we doing? What we doing? Right, okay, well if we follow that line, there's this under the ground. Likely, it's going to be overflow. Yes. Now if this isn't blocked up, yeah, look. Why have you got pipe in here, buddy? Buddy, Echo. Okay. Why is one side blocked up and the other one isn't? Why is this coming down here? Oh, what have I found? There's two pipes, three pipes. What, and you're just stopping there, are you? Or is that where you're dunking them? My days, what are you doing? What have you been doing? And hello, Willow Brook North. How are you, my handsome? Been a little while, hasn't it? There we go. And the Willow Brook North. That don't look good. That's sewage. Yeah. Well, hello you beautiful lot. Welcome to today's episode of Purple Vision. Yes, I've had my birthday haircut and you have this video as me at the age of 40. I'm now on the other side and Radio 2 has just started to tune into my ears. Sounds pretty good to me. So, right, I would like to state the separate businesses and entities that I am, right? So David Pennell is my name. Now, Purple Vision is its own entity. It's not tied to any solicitors, it's not tied to Toxic Town, it's not tied to whatever. So whatever comes on Purple Vision is its own entity. And I have to say that because the officials are getting a bit funny about it. And apparently I haven't stated it, so leaving you guys to do the guesswork. So Earthwatch are a separate entity as well. Now, David Pennell, myself, I did volunteer some time to go and get all the bits because, well, Lee Forrester and his band of merry men didn't turn up for the day, which would have really messed up the amount of samples that we could have got. So yeah, I'm glad I kind of stepped up and we managed to do what we could for Earthwatch. Now they'll be back at some point in a few months. Toxic Town Campaigners and the Waste Case, that is Tracy Taylor and Maggie, that is their group, and David Pennell supports them and volunteers his time for them. But Purple Vision, it's his own entity and it will do what it likes, right? So now the pedantics are out the way. I am here in Corby and I'm at Priors Hall development site, which used to be Priors Hall Quarry. It's one of the last ironstone quarries for British Steel of Corby. Right at the top on the western side you do have Rockingham Speedway. You can see it from the drone in the back, it looks pretty awesome up there. But that was Dean Quarry, and we do know there are records that state that toxic sludge from the steelworks, where it went through their filtration system, they evaporated the water, they got the sludge, and then they had to take it somewhere. Now the council got done in a big court case over moving that sludge to certain places. But we now come on to Priors Hall development, and behind me you've got this lake and you've also got a massive quarry on the back. You can see the houses that are actually sitting on top of the quarry shelf there, look. Now, I love my ironstone stuff, but I did miss this one. I don't know why. It was only when I saw this old picture from Lee Kennedy, and this old picture there was a dragline quarry machine right at the back, a WD-1400, and you could just see the arm on it, and I thought, wow, where's that? So of course I've looked, and yeah, this is it. the first little thing is right on top of the hill there, because you can see the way the land goes up. Just before those pine trees is a balancing pond. Now I know with development sites you have these attenuation basins that are supposed to be for flood storage. Now in the middle of that one there's a rock wall. Now I know filtration systems, I know biomedia, because I used to keep a lot of fish in tanks obviously, but I know biomedia. So it's in two sections, and I've had to actually have a little bit of digging on it, and it's not just for flood storage. When the rain hits the road and it all washes in there, it's got a load of contaminants in it, including detergent and some metals off your brake dust. Now that will go into that pool, settle, and then the water on top will then run down. Now I have noticed down this side there are a few little balancing ponds, and then there's one long streak which has been superseded. Superseded is where Environment Agency or Anglian Water come in and they just spread loads of reed seed about, and it basically it helps filtration a bit. So you usually see them at the side of dual carriageways on the water runoff systems, and they get like a little bit of a drainage channel and they supersede it, so all of the grass and everything can deal with the bad stuff. So it's more than just an attenuation basin, that one. Then someone come up with a comment and said, well, if you think that's interesting, you need to deep dive into the lake. And I did. And I did. So Erin Brockovich, the actual video where she went for PG&E, and she's in an office and she's explaining on this board about these settlement ponds to evaporate the water. And of course they're the ones that we see up at North Bank Tip and on the back of the sludge digester plant down off Weldon Road. And it don't look like it, but I've got an old LiDAR from 2011 and it actually shows there's a settlement pond right there. So when they developed all of this, they've then hidden that settlement pond and filled it in. Now one of my bits of drone footage, when you have a look at this lake, you can actually see there's like a bit of a square in there. Which then leads me to believe, what about the quarry? If everything was always dumped down these bloody quarries, what if stuff was dumped in that quarry, and as rainwater came down on through, it would then hit the settlement ponds down here? So this was like the cleaning area for the quarry. Now that is my suspicion. It is speculation. I can't find any paperwork on that, because whatever paperwork there was destroyed in a fire, as it always has been. But because we are in Corby, you gotta question everything. A culvert here somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it. Oh, it's there, look, it is there, look. So I'm going across here. See, and then there's this culvert. Now you look on the maps and it says that it just goes into the Willow Brook. But, I mean, yes, it's completely dry. But, you remember on the other side of the road, there's that sewage, there was the sewage tankers. What if this is linked to the old Victorian sewage way, which is what that is, old Victorian sewage systems. So they're still there. Anglian Water want to get rid of them by 2050, and they've linked up some of the waterways to kind of help deal with it. They are in there regularly, once every other week, and they do clear it out. If they didn't clear it out, then yeah, you probably would get a bit of discharge going into the water, and then we have to report to EA, but I wouldn't do that, because I think, yeah. End conversation. I'll let you think of the rest. So if this water runoff, I mean, I would get me heavy metals tests, but what I've noticed, it's the sludge that we need. This water on the top could be absolutely fine, but all the heavy metals sink to the bottom. So unless I can get to the bottom, stir it up and then test it, there's no point in doing these tests. So yeah, I think all the water runoff goes in there and then goes to that sewage station over there for the tankers to come in and empty it out. Now those tankers were unmarked, so they might not go straight to a sewage plant, or maybe they go to Weldon Road and they go to a certain area which is to deal with the heavy metals and the waste water from other contaminants other than sewage. I don't know, it's all very bizarre. I'm gonna walk up here. It's gonna take me 5 minutes because you've got to go up and then come down because they've locked it off here and won't open it for some reason. And yeah, we'll probably start at that sign there actually. Okay. Welcome to the Southern Gully. Wildlife at Priors Hall Park. Priors Hall Park Nature Reserve. The Corby Old Quarry Gully, or gully, runs through the centre of Priors Hall Park. The pathway passes through wet grassland, reed beds and hawthorn scrub before reaching the Northern Gully. Awarded County Wildlife Site status in recognition of the excellent set of standards, including biodiversity, value and quantity of rare habitat types. Nature reserve is a very important part of Priors Hall Park. As well as inhabiting varied and even rare wildlife species, our nature reserve is a place to appreciate the wildlife on our doorstep. We hope you love it as much as we do. Country Wildlife Code, yeah, follow that one. I'm not going to spout the rules, but yeah, that's what they're spouting. Yeah, there's a load of other stuff. Cool. Okay. It's funny that, isn't it? I mean, look at this dust coming over here. Look at that. There's no dust suppression. Shh. Anyway, come on, let's go do this. God, look how dry it is. Look. It's supposed to be getting some rain on Saturday, so. Uneven ground, bodies of water, falling rocks and cliff edges. Cliff? Who's Cliff Edge? I know a guy called Cliff. My days, didn't we have an adventure and get stuck in Milton Keynes? Shout out to Cliff. It's basically everything we just read. It's a nice sign that though. Right, here we go then. Now, I do like walking quarries, and I'm sure you do. That's why we're going to take a little walk through. Another thing that's kind of a bit suspicious, well, it's not suspicious, the way all the brooks kind of meet up. So you've got Willow Brook South, which is the other side of Weldon, the Willow Brook Central, which is the one just on the other side of the road that meets down there. And then you've got the Willow Brook North, which runs south of Rockingham Stadium at Speedway. So, it looks like all the brooks meet up down there and then go on. The reason why I say that is because when you go on Northamptonshire County Council's planning application site, you can click on the little flood area. And this whole lot is lit up as a flooded area. You know, it's a place that could flood. And it's all coming from the top. So that's the Willow Brook North. And of course, North Bank Tip is on Willow Brook North. And the Boss Ponds finish at Willow Brook North. So then it would all come down here in heavy rainfall. And it would bring down heavy metals. So on that, sorry for the sun, on that kind of speculation, I really do think Priors Hall's contaminated. That's why the houses are so cheap here. I'm seeing all online, people are looking at Burton Latimer, Findon, you know, the places of fine excellence, and they'll rather choose Priors Hall because it's cheaper. There's a reason why it's cheaper. And if you're looking at having family, or you're a lady that's looking at having a family, I'd keep the hell away from here. I'll keep the hell away from here. And if you noticed, I've chosen this day right, that the wind is going that way. So of course the Willow Brook North is fine when it's dry weather like this. But when it floods, it's all coming down here. It's all coming down this way. So just on that side, this quarry gully is massive, by the way, and on that side is all the reeds that go over there. And then this is just a bit of a quarry, but yeah, it's dry as a bone, nothing's growing anyway, I'm not going to be destroying anything. So, See, a pool of water would sit there. Oh, look at that. God, look at that stuff. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that. Look how red that is. Mate. I was with my good buddy Ryan and Robbie. We were looking at the sludge digester plant just off Weldon Road, and my buddy Lewis was showing me that there's an old ambulance bay entrance there. Anyway, right at the end of it, there's this big, beautiful chunk of furnace waste slag rock. So, I'll just get me bearings a minute. I'll show you that a sec because it's pretty cool.
So this is it. This is the fill quarry.
Yeah. Mega.
Cool, mate.
Mega. Oh, what you got, Ryan?
Some slag.
Have you? That looks nice and shiny, mate. Poke, poke.
Earlier, but...
And then you remembered me, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's quite got a bit of weight to it.
God, that's well heavy. Jeez, look at the colours in that. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Jesus, look at that. I mean, the fact the top of that is... Wow, mate, look at the colours. I've never seen anything. Look at this slag rock, look at that. Mate, look how heavy that is, man.
It's a couple £100 that. Couple £100.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, apparently slag rock, it's got loads of rare minerals in it.
Really expensive.
Yeah. I mean, that's... See, the thing is, that massive dragline quarry, I was only sitting in the top, so I found other photos in Eric Tonks's book, and it shows it's sitting on a massive ledge. So that shows this quarry is mega deep. Wow. Wow. This is the limestone on top, isn't it? The Ulysses limestone? Or is it just stone? Wow, what's this? Wow, is this where water's coming out? Yeah, there's reeds and everything there. What is this? It's a bit of a pit, isn't it? The size of these bloody slabs. My days. Yeah, okay, so water's going to be coming out of it. I mean, look at the reeds, look. This is what they do. They filter out the bad stuff. But yeah, that's all sandstone. I bet if you look in that stuff real closely, you will find some dinosaur fossils. Or at least seashells. Look at that, man. Okay. Ooh. I would like to know exactly where that ledge was that the dragline was sitting on. There's nothing in here, is there? I think it's been from too shallow. Nope. No, it doesn't look like we've... No, I bet it's too shallow. But basically, that's old seabed. That's where the seabed used to be. And as centuries and decades and millennia have gone on, it's the Earth tectonic plates have pushed everything up. So you get the sandstone or limestone, one or the two, sitting on the top. And then under that, you would have had the ironstone. So they would have had to move the limestone or the sandstone, which could be made for cement and other bits, granted, they could reuse that stuff, but yeah, they needed that out of the way to then get the ironstone. Yeah, I did just nearly fall. Yeah, very that looks like a little rock pool, doesn't it? Look at that. Very peculiar. Okay, pressing on. That's down. Let's just have a quick gander. Nice gate, high security. There's a baseball cap, Mickey Mouse. I just want to we're at the back of the lake. Okay. Canadian gooses. Yeah, okay. See, and there's a culvert to let that water come down here. This is the other side, you see, and this is just all water. It's just a stream for water to run down. So it would literally all end up here. So if you were going to have a bit of a filter area, you're going to have it right there. But the fact is, they filled it in so you can't see it. Yeah, I do highly suspect this place is highly contaminated. And the thing is I've come here twice. And one of those times was with Tracy Taylor, and we parked up the top there and they were digging and scraping the land on the other side. And I tell you what, the smell that come over was exactly the same smell as what you smelt up the back of Gretton Brook Road, where everything's pouring out the speedway. I wish you could have smell-o-vision, and Tracy as my witness and I as hers. It stunk. It stunk of the same stuff. And that stuff's going airborne. See, look at all these reeds here. Hello, magpie. Big chunks everywhere. It's pretty cool for quarries. I mean, I love it. I love the way nature takes everything back. Rose hips. Is there any water in here? What is this? It definitely looks like somewhere where water does sit. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, everything. Yep. Now, Earthwatch have been done and we're waiting for their results. It might be an idea that we start doing our own tests and start sending them off ourselves. There is a thing with Earthwatch actually, where I know we're all worried about the sewage state of our rivers, and Earthwatch are doing a little bit of a civilian scientist thing, and they do it all through autumn, and you can sign up and you check phosphates and nitrates and the pH, and you can test your streams, your pond, or any water body you think's fit. And what they do is they take everybody's results and they put them on a map to kind of judge what the hell is going on with the UK at the moment. So I signed up, and I think you should too. You can even go a little bit extra, pump some money in, and you can do tests every 2 months, or you can put in a big amount and you can do a test on your local river or waterway once a month. So I'll leave the link for that one in the description below. Oh, it's that cliff edge again. Just trying to see if there's any water anywhere. Oh, but that's nice. Look at the colours here, look. Look at these, look. I still haven't found any fossils. Or maybe little ones, maybe. But yeah, this is all water, this is. Oh yeah, look at that in there. Can I get over to that? Let's go out and round a minute. Where is it? It's there. Oh yeah, that don't look good. That looks like it's dried as well. Yeah, look at that. I don't like the look of that. No, I don't. Right, okay. Right, there's some children coming up there, so I'm going to pause this, get past them, and then we'll film again. Well, that was very interesting. They did recognise me, and they said, yeah, they get the smell, and they've seen orange pools of water here a few times as well. But not just that. They've had to test their water, their tap water, because it was coming out brown. I mean, that probably isn't anything to do with this lot, but it's contaminated water, isn't it? I mean, I know they're doing a lot of building work, so stuff could get into the pipes, but it's not good if you're buying a brand new house that you're going to be paying for the rest of your life, having to go work 9 till 5 for the rest of your life to pay off, and you miss one payment, you lose the house. It's not fair, really. Yeah, look. Yeah, that's orange in the middle. That's orange right in the middle. I need to get my wellies, but this is real dark sludge. Look, that's real dark. Summit's here. Summit's here. I know it is. I can feel it. As a high empath, I can feel it. I know it. And everyone else knows it, and they can't do nothing about it. So what do we do? I mean, even if we got a public inquiry, what would be the next phases? What would be the next steps? What would you do? You couldn't exactly kick everyone out of Corby, could you? I don't know, but something needs to happen. Look. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at the colouring on it. I mean, I've even put a bag there to try and stop it. What's here? Oh, my days. Ew, that's... Oh, dear. Is that coming up there and going in there? What the... It's on the other side. Oh, yeah, look how orange that is. Yeah, okay, there's our first orange bit. Cliff, caution Cliff, he's a big guy. He is actually, he's about 6'3". He might be a bit more than that actually. Okay. I didn't like the colour of that though. That's what I'm talking about. And if I put that online like I'm going to, people go, oh yeah, but that's orange because of all the ironstone in the ground. Yeah. We know there's ironstone in the ground and we know it can come out orange like that, but it's still stone and it has to be dissolved. And there could be things that are dissolving it more than water. Rainwater, that is. But that explains that. See, look, here's all the reeds. So this is like the flood area that will go down to the lake. And this must be our quarry face. Yeah, look. Oh, look a birdie. Oh, I see the birdies. Yeah, look. So maybe that is going on that side and this is the contaminant side. Look where that's separated. Cool. Yeah, there's your quarry face. There's loads of greenery. You have to say, it is very green, isn't it? Look how green it is. Yeah, still more reeds that side. Do not climb. No, don't climb it because it's not stable. You climb one bit and a bit falls down, then you're going to get a boulder on top of you. And they are heavy. They will crush your leg. You are not indestructible. Oh, pigeon. See, look at all the reeds. It's literally superseded all the way up. It's a very dry patch. Nah, come on, be adventurous, Purple. Be adventurous, come on. It's going a bit orange, but it's, yeah, a bit soft. Big dog prints, orange patch. Let's take it that stone. There's a few little orange patches. It is just reeds all the way up. Okay. Can't go that adventurous then. I really do think there needs to be some soil samples taken from here. Another place for water to sit. There's no way this is the depth of the quarry. This is more like the ledge. This is the ledge that that thing was sitting on. Yeah, look, reeds everywhere. Yeah, and I'll say it again, reeds are for filtering water. They filter the water. That's what reeds do. God, that don't look very good, does it? There's nothing growing in it. Oh, there's the quarry edge. Look at that. Oh. It looks a bit sparse down there, though. Oh, I wonder if I can walk up to the edge of the quarry here. Go for it. If there's anyone out there that can actually explain the anatomy of these reeds, because I have noticed, you see down the bottom, they're a lot tougher. So if they were submerged in water, the waxy root will protect it. But how does this take the heavy metals out of the water? If anyone's out there that can explain the anatomy for me, that'd be great. I'd love to know. Why is this so barren? Why have we gone from such greenery to complete barren land? Why isn't anything growing? Is it just because of the stone? It's compacted bloody clay. It's a top. It's a top. And why are there little squares? Why are there little squares? You know what, I didn't notice this before. I mean, I was more focused on that beautiful quarry edge. Look at it. Whoa, look at that. That looks like pretty good stone to go for the HS2, that. Wow, look at it. See, look, that's ironstone coming out. You can see where it's just leachating a bit like that. But to get that much the way it is, nah. I can't believe that. I was more focused on this beautiful quarry face than that. Damn, I didn't even notice the squares in here. I'm gonna have to look on that drone footage now. I wonder if you can see them. Oh, is this the shelf? Is this the shelf? Is this the shelf that big drag line was sitting on? Oh, what's this? I don't like that at all. That's why we need a public inquiry. Oh, it's the same thing again. I'll have to get a good photo of that. That's pretty decent, that. Okay, let's keep going on. There's a pool of water here. I'm gonna have to come back when in winter, when it's been raining a lot more, just see where all these pools are, see what's coming out of it. But look, why ain't nothing growing on here? But then again, if that is what this is, they've scraped to take it off, made it a solid base for the drag line to sit on. But then that would have been one hell of a drop. That would have been a mental drop. Anyway, come on. Come on. There's more. There's like a little culvert coming in here. Just here. Let water drain out of, yeah, that. Okay. Yeah. And then down into superseded reeds, yeah. You can't make it up, can you? Oh, but Purple, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Everything seems to be true right here. Oh. So yeah, it's dry. It is dry at the minute, but that all leads down. And it is on a slight gradient down. Not the whole land is, so that's just how the water lays. It's probably why it's on the flood plans. And then they've put this, it's like a bit of a reservoir wall, a bit of a separation part. Wow. Wow. So So we're going to put all the houses up here. And that's where all the smell was coming from. All this lot. Why is it white in some places and not in the others? And where did this quarry, if that's the ledge, then all that has been built up. I mean, was that a landfill site at one point? Anyone tell me? Because if it has, it's not been 50 years to let things settle. Only just. No, it hasn't been 50 years. If it's shut in the 80s, it's 26. That's been 46 years. It's still got 4 years. Oh my days. Oh wow. Okay. That don't look good, does it? And you see what I mean about the superseding all the way down there, look. And just right at the top you can see a green fence. That's the Barclays data centre. And they are literally using all the water. According to everyone else. No, they're using a lot of water straight off the mains. But yeah, it's a touchy subject, isn't it? You know what? Do I want to walk up there? I might want to save that bit, because what I eventually want to do is I want to walk up there and get to the Willow Brook North and then walk away along. No, you know what? We don't need to see all of this bit because it's boring. I'm just going to walk straight up the end there and then continue filming, and I just want to see if there's any way that Willow Brook North can come this way. Yes, but it's, as you can tell, it's a barren wasteland, so I might as well just show you the drone footage and then show you Rocky Speedway in the back. You'll like it. There was a sign back there as well, and it said that this is the northern quarry. So does that mean if it's under two? Wow, look at the size of him. Whoa. Yeah, don't eat the bumblebee. So are they like two different entities then? Right, what we got here? I bet we can't walk on, can we? Oh yeah, you can walk on round there. But look, all these reeds, this is what I'm saying. Look at them all, look. What's this then? What we got here then, folks? What we got here? Sewage. Let me see. God, very. Oh. Oh. There's no name or nothing on this. Oh, I can smell the sewage though. Ooh, I can smell the sewage. So I bet this runs all the way down and goes to that sewage station right at the bottom, because the land actually heads downwards there. Okay. Right, we'll keep walking round, I suppose. Yes. You know what would be nice? If they could link the bloody cycleways so you could get to Corby Hall. It'd be nice if you could. If you'd use the brain that you've got and figure it out. Okay, so this is like it's got like a bit of a wall in the middle to separate that bit to this bit. Is that like a culvert? I wonder if there's a drain in here somewhere for that lot to get in there. Maybe there, look. See where the fence is? So it might be linked onto the sewage system to dilute it a bit, I'm not sure. But there's definitely a retaining wall in there though, look at that. Okay, I didn't know that. See, this is why I have to come out and keep investigating. But yeah, look, this is more like the bloody width of the quarry, look. This is more like it. And still, this has been raised up. God, mental. But yeah, there is no culvert or anything for what's on the other side to come this way. Then you got the road, then you got the Willow Brook North. Willow Brook North, sorry. Cattle grid. Oh, newt grid for newts. What's that? Oh, solar panel. Okay. So maybe when they were doing the development, they knew that could have been a problem, and coming down that way. So then they put this like dam wall in here. Because I bet originally all this would have been open. Yeah, because the train line used to come up here. There was a train in the middle, and it said all the loaded trains would come up to the top and go under the road where Rockingham Speedway is and this data centre. And because it was an easier gradient for the loaded trains to take, rather than go down that way and then come back up and then go into the works. So Eric Tonks' book does state that. Now the thing that I don't like is with the Boss Ponds. Now with the Boss Ponds, the British Steel chose that area specifically because it wouldn't be affecting any houses it would be going near. So where you got the Boss Ponds and then you got the Willow Brook North, it would then continue down and go on to it ends up in Blatherwick Lake. But there weren't no houses up here then. And anything that was sorted out in the Boss Ponds, all the heavy metals, the water runoff would then just go down and head on stream for sort itself out and the rest of it. But the problem is now they've started to build houses on that bit. So if they started digging around in all of that, you're going to get a load more problems come up. And in fact, you have got more problems come up. There's been a lot of questionnaires filled out from Priors Hall, from this part and that part. So if there's any more of you out there, please go over and sign and fill out the questionnaire on there. You can also sign the petition for a public inquiry as well. This is very important to many of us. I know I don't have nothing to do with the childhood cancers group, but I do hope they're watching and they're getting something from this video that can help their cause. We've all got our bits. I stay loyal to who I do just for confusion states. I don't talk to solicitors. I don't talk to any law affiliates. No. In fact, what do we got here? There's a pipe there. There's a drain. Is that a culvert? Is that a culvert? Yeah, I stick to passing everything over to Tracy Taylor in the Toxic Town. Look, what have we got here? What have we got here? Oh, we're going to put a new one in, are they? Another sewage station. Go on, son. And that looks like a culvert, doesn't it? Is that for, oh, it is, look. Oh, it is, look. There's a water. Is that just for the drain, though? That one's been blocked up. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, okay. So like I said, when the Willow Brook fills and it floods, it will come through here. This might just be road runoff, but that one, what's that? Look, it's blocked up. And it's got a pipe there. Ooh, what we doing here? What we doing here? What we doing? What we doing? Right, okay. Well, if we follow that line, there's this under the ground. See, and there's this one. So it might be the drain holes. But more than likely, it's going to be overflow. Yes. Now, if this isn't blocked up, yeah, look. Yeah, okay, so I'm bang on here. I am bang on right. I knew it. So, when the Willow Brook here floods, and it gets too much, before it can flood any of this road, it would then go onto the next side where it would hit that lake, because it hits on that damn wall. Why have you got pipe in here, buddy? Buddy, Echo. Okay. But why is one side blocked up and the other one isn't? Why is this coming down here? Oh, what have I found? There's two pipes, 3 pipes. What, and you're just stopping there, are you? Or is that where you're dunking them? My days, what are you doing? What have you been doing? And hello, Willow Brook North. How are you, my handsome? Been a little while, hasn't it? There we go. And the Willow Brook North. That don't look good. Is that sewage? Oh my days. But yeah, this is the Willow Brook North. Okay. This is the one that comes out from the Boss Ponds, you know, where I found the concrete line skips. This is that same brook. This is where it continues on. But in heavy rainfall, this would actually back up. It might get stuck down there, right? I don't believe that's going to be enough for when this does kind of flood. So what would happen is all this would come up, go through them culverts up there, and then head down into that quarry, down into the bottom where that first lake is, which does actually look like it's a filter bed. The same ones depicted in Erin Brockovich. And you got to remember, Priors Hall's been in development for 2003, 2005. And of course, my maps, they only show back to a certain date. So I don't know if it was done before the developers came in or done after, I don't know. But that looks like sewage, doesn't it? Is that sewage? Someone beat me. That's sewage. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to have to call Rob Newby a minute. That is sewage. You come out to film one thing, you end up filming another. So over there is the data centre. This is the Willow Brook North. That is Priors Hall development, and what I suspect to be a highly contaminated gully. They may have sorted it out a little bit, but there will still be other problems that come up from it, especially since they're doing all the digging about. So head over to the toxic town waste case inquiry now, over on Facebook, if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on. Big love to Derek, Maggie, Tracy and Lisa. Love you guys, and whatever you need, it's done. Always here for you. And yeah, I'll keep the rest of you all updated. Love you all lots, and get that reported. Oh, shall I throw a stone in it? Shall I do it? Shall I do it? Shall I see if it stinks? Shall I see if it stinks? Yeah, that's definitely. Oh no, that's not good. Right, yeah. Bye.